I'm gonna try my best to go over the absolute beginner basics of Blender. I've been asked so many times to do it. And if you have a number pad on your keyboard, if you press 1, you'll flip straight to this front orthographic. If you press 3, you'll go to the right, 7 is the top, and 9 is the bottom. So that's kind of how you use those. If you want to know, if you do not have a number pad on your keyboard, you can hold Alt and your middle mouse wheel down and kind of scroll over. So right now we're on the right. If we scroll over this way, we're on the front. If we do it again, left, back. If you go like this, top and bottom. So if you use Alt and press down your middle mouse wheel, you're going to be all good to go, and you don't need a number pad. So I think that is everything for the movement side of things in Blender. I kind of stumbled my words, but it's all good. I'm trying out here. Up next, we're going to go into the modes. The only two modes you really need to know as a beginner is edit mode and object mode. Right now we're in object mode, and we can do things like scale this if we want to. That's about it though. If you press tab on your keyboard, you're going to go into something called edit mode. Now, as you can see, all the vertices, which are these points here, are like a bit darker of an orange, which means those are highlighted. You have 3 selection modes you can use in Blender. There's vertice mode, which we're on right now, line select mode, which as you can see, it selects the lines, or face select mode, which is probably the most used one by most people, unless you're doing a very, very detailed model. Now, with that being said, we're going to be in this face select mode, and there's really only a couple hotkeys that you're going to want to know, and really there's only a couple that you're going to use overall in Blender for most of your objects. The first one, and arguably the most important one in Blender, is E. If you press E, it's going to extrude your object, giving you more of that object to work with. So now, instead of having only the one face, I can, grab these and, move them how I want. So extruding is probably the most used one, and then S is the second for scale. So if you press S and then just move your mouse, you can scale. Now you can team these up as well. So if you press E and then S, now you are scaling the extruded piece. So you're not scaling the normal face, you've extruded it. Alright, so those are the main 2 hotkeys. There is a couple more that I'm going to go ahead and go over though. We have, let me go ahead and just mess this up a little bit so it's not a perfect cube, so this will look a lot more demonstratable. There we go. We have R, which is rotate, and it's as simple as it sounds. Now, if you're looking at this like in a weird angle, your rotate is going to be on a weird axis. But if you press R and then your direction, so right up here you could see Z would move it up and down, so R and then Z, we're going to move on this axis. All right, and I use this little thing all the time because I always get confused, like, oh, what button am I supposed to click, what way is what way, kind of a deal. So R and then any axis is how you're going to rotate along that axis, and you can do that with anything as well. If I wanted to, for example, extrude this, but I only wanted to extrude it on the x-axis, I could put E and then X, and now as you can see, it's locked on the x-axis. And you could do that with anything. If you want to scale and then press X, it's only going to scale on the x-axis, S and then Y.